Hand inputs activating in 10 seconds. Hand inputs activated.
Easy.
Destroy! 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 Mekko is the rage of waves.
So I've been trying to make this build guide for a few days now, and it's just hasn't been working out. And when Mekko came out, I've played with him since the day he came out, like consistently, non-stop. Haven't even been on my Mave main that much. I've been completely immersed in Mekko, the trash talking dolphin, and I love him just like all the other people in this game that have stuck around. I have a friend that's a Mekko main. He uses the umbilical cord to perfection. Like, he is a master at that, and he saves us all the time. He knows when to reel us back in and make us do the objective. Like, he's a really good Mekko main. I don't use the reel unless I necessarily think I can do it, because I don't think I'm very skilled at it. So it's not really an ability that I am well versed in. And that goes for the bubble too. The bubble is a really valuable thing. The bubble is something you can use to put the most annoying and problematic enemy inside a bubble, so that you don't have to deal with them and your team doesn't have to deal with them. And you can also use it to save like your healer if you need to, like if your healer is about to get murked. You can use that bubble to save a healer or save someone that's in peril, or you can use it to deal with the most problematic enemy by putting them in the bubble and then fighting the rest of the team, the enemy team, and then you can finish off that last guy as a team together, since he's being so problematic. So the bubble is a really good ability. I just don't use it, just like the umbilical cord. I just don't use it. But it's up to you. Like, all these perks, I wanted to make a very long-winded video about all these perks. I really wanted to go through all of them, but it just has not worked out. And I think I'm just gonna make this short and sweet, as short as possible, but also go in depth on the perks that I think you should be using about Mekko, and what I think are good perk builds for Mekko. I might even have another one because of this perk that I'm about to showcase, because this perk is not part of my builds, but I may have another build later on because I really love this perk and I think it's really valuable, and I always see the benefit in it. Like, I always see my health go up when I'm doing damage inside the safety zone because of this perk, and that's called brimming. Now, the safety zone is basically a pool of water that when you or your teammates are fighting an enemy in, you're getting the health back from the damage you do to your enemy. So the more damage you do to your enemy, the more health you gain. It's basically like a lifesteal ability. And I think that's a very valuable ability to have. And putting brimming on top of that, which brimming gives you 15% of more heals when you do more damage. So safety zones lifesteal heals for a further 15% of damage done. That is a very, very, very valuable thing to have when you're fighting and your teammates are starting to get low health. When they're starting to get low health, bang, put it down, and you guys can potentially get your health back and turn the tides. This is a extremely valuable perk. I deeply recommend brimming. And now we're going to go in my two perk builds. So my first perk build contains sealed leak, reduce bubble shield drain rate by 25%. The bubble shield, in my opinion, is extremely weak. I think it needs this. The bubble shield dies so quick, and this perk, reduce bubble shield drain rate by 25%, it gives you so much more health on the bubble shield. Like the bubble shield dies way later than it would have if you didn't have this perk. Mekko does not take damage well, in my opinion. I think he's definitely on the weaker side of the tanks, probably the weakest in my opinion. But if you use him correctly, you have a good team. I think this is a team-based character, so you should be playing with a team, in my opinion. But yeah, he's definitely on the weaker side, and the bubble shield, it helps, but the bubble shield dies off easy, and if you're not paying attention, the bubble shield can break, and you're getting more damage because it broke. Like I literally feel like I'm being damaged more after it breaks because it broke on you. You didn't like stop using it; it broke on you. So what you need to do with the bubble shield, you need to take your finger off the trigger and let it recharge, and then use it again, and then stop before it gets all the way to the breaking point, and then let it recharge again. But that's hard to do when it dies so easily. Like sometimes you need it for a longer period of time, and you can't do that when it breaks on you. So this bubble shield perk, sealed leak, it makes it last longer, which is amazing. It's a really I think this is a really necessary perk in my opinion. And then you have shipwrecker, increase sonar gun damage by 10%. I think base damage on all characters is a necessity. I cannot play without having extra damage on their base ability, which is just me. I always think that's a necessity. I always think that's a must-have. And honestly, his ability, his base sonar gun, it just does chip damage in my opinion, and it doesn't have much kill potential, which is why I wanted to get good kill potential out of it. Like if I'm shooting at someone, they know they can kill me before I kill them. I want them to lose enough health to where they get scared to fight me because they have lower health than me. I don't want to get chip damage on them and then die knowing that I was so close to killing them. I want to get enough damage on them to where the chip potential is scary to them. And that's why I wanted increased sonar gun damage. And I think this is a very necessary perk, and that Shipwrecker is definitely a must-have if you're looking to do builds. Sealed Leak and Shipwrecker, they're both really necessary perks that need to be put in your build at some point, or at least tested for you to see if you can fit it into your build, because I really recommend those two. And the last is Ultrasound. Honestly, this is not an important perk, but I really love to put my damage on my Sonic Barrage ability. The Sonic Barrage is basically a sonar gun, a giant sonar gun, which is sending sonic waves everywhere, sending sonic waves everywhere, pushing your enemies back, and it really helps when you're trying to protect someone. Like if say if your Maeve is being like harassed by this stupid ass demon that's really annoying and trying to kill Maeve every chance he gets, and you really need this Maeve to stay alive at one point, you can use your Sonic Barrage to push that demon back, and you can protect a healer potentially also. So imagine a Zero Core is getting ganged up on. You can use the sonar gun to push all of them back and keep pushing them back as much as you need to until that Zero Core gets away. So it's a very good protective tool, but I want damage potential to where they actually get scared of me so that they lose enough health to where they're scared. Because the Sonic Barrage, it pushes them back, but if you're not getting good damage potential on them, they're not going to be scared of your sonar gun. They're just going to wait until it goes off so they can kill your ass. No, you want to get them low to where they don't want to fight because their health is so low. Which is why I think Ultrasound is a good perk. It's a good mod. Increase Sonic Barrage damage by 50%. That's a lot. That is a lot. And you'll notice the difference. You'll notice the difference. You either want to pick off a kill by doing all the damage to them with the sonar barrage and finishing them off, or you want to get them scared and you want to chip off all that. Like, it chips off a chunk of damage when you get the 50% of damage put on the Sonic Barrage. It does a big chunk of damage. I've never seen a Buttercup's health like decrease so much when I used it. And yeah, once you put that on, you can actually finish off kills. You'll see the kill potential, and you'll see that people are getting scared because they see their health dropping so low. And it's really good for finishing off a team that is all low. Like I've like killed 2 to 3 people in a row because with the Sonic Barrage, because all of their healths are low, and I said fuck it, and I was like, yep, just gonna wipe you all out with the Sonic Barrage and clean you up. I'm gonna mop up the kills because all of them are weak. The Sonic Barrage is a very good cleanup ability, just like some of May's abilities, and I think it's a very valuable perk to have. Ultrasound is a very valuable perk to have in your build, in my opinion, because you want to be able to protect characters, and you want to be able to, you know, do good damage enough to scare your opponent. Because if they're not scared, they're just going to wait for the Sonic Barrage to be done so they can attack you, and they can attack your healer, and they can attack whoever they were after, you know? So I like Ultrasound, but it's not necessary, but I think it's valuable. It's a valuable perk, which is why this is my build. This is my personal build that I use consistently. I always use it consistently. This is my main build. I have a second build also. And the second build is Shipwrecker, Sealed Leak, and Brimming. As I mentioned before, Brimming is not part of my main build, but it is part of my second build. I replaced Ultrasound with it. So these 2 builds are my main builds. I think Brimming is such a valuable perk, and I can't help but use it in a second build, because sometimes you need the sonar gun to be extra damaged, sometimes you don't. And honestly, you hopefully you won't have to, because the sonar gun, the Sonic Barrage with extra damage is very valuable, and it has scare potential, like it scares your opponents away. But with the safety zones, lifesteal heals for a further 15% of damage done. You're getting health back for as much amount of damage as you do to your enemies. So this is a very valuable perk for your team and for yourself, because if you're on a deathbed and you need some health, you know, it gives you extra time to live. It gives you extra time to kind of pull something out of your ass and maybe like turn the fight around. And that's why I think this is valuable. And imagine if you put this perk with another perk that increases the size of the zone, or increases the amount of time of the safety zone. That is very potential. That's a lot of potential in builds like that. And that's why I'm saying that all perks are subjective in Mekko, because all the perks are valuable. Literally all the perks are valuable depending on the way you play. And I think it's just up to you to make a build for yourself. But these are my builds, and these are what I think have the best potential altogether. Like, you notice that I didn't do damage builds like I usually do for Mekko. I mean, sure, I put the Sonic Barrage damage up, and I put the sonar gun damage up in my first build. But the sonar damage, yes, I wanted maximum damage on that, but it doesn't have excellent kill potential. And then the ultrasound perk, increase Sonic Barrage damage, that doesn't have amazing kill potential. It has kill potential, but it doesn't have amazing kill potential like Maeve's does, and that's fine. I don't think this character was made for kill potential. I think this character was made for protection. Protecting your teammates, like standing up for yourself, being able to protect yourself, being able to make getaways, being able to save teammates, being able to protect your teammates. This is what this character is all about, in my opinion, and that's what I think all of his perks are for. Like, all of his perks are either team-based or protection-based in my eyes. The Sonic Barrage, you use it to protect everyone. You use it to protect yourself, to push enemies back, to scare them. The sonar gun, you're using it to chip away, and scare your opponents, like, so they won't like feel like fighting you, which is why I put up the damage. Otherwise, the sonar gun's just, you know, chip damage, you know. And then you have the bubble shield. The bubble shield, yes, is a very weak, which is why I felt the need to upgrade it. And that has nothing to do with damage potential. That has to do with survivability, and that has to do with making sure you have a good plan to, you know, take on damage. So if you're able to balance when you're supposed to like stop using the shield and use it, you should never run out of it. And eventually you're gonna have like enemies that are going to break the shield, but for the most part you shouldn't be able to, like, you know, lose your shield if you're paying attention to it. You have to pay very close attention to that shield. And those are the 3 things I focused on for that first build. And then for that second build, I replaced ultrasound, increase sonic barrage damage by 50% with brimming, because brimming is such a valuable perk that I had to try in a build, and these 2 builds are both very valuable. Like, these 2 builds are probably the main things for me. Like, I don't think I'm ever going to use any other perks unless I try out Mekko a little bit more, and I think I will come back with another perk build. But these 4 perks, Shipwrecker, Sealed Leak, Brimming, and Ultrasound, are the best perks to me. The best perks of all the Mekko perks, in my opinion. And that's just for my playstyle. I'd love to hear how you guys got up with Mekko. I'd love to hear your builds. I wish I could go through all the perks and actually describe my feelings on all the perks, but I just didn't have time, and I don't have the right equipment to actually go through them one by one. I wish I did, and I'm not trying to keep y'all in this video, so I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed the builds. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you comment below, have a discussion with me. I love discussing, so peace out, all right? Peace.